How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Sick Eric Tech, where we like to keep tech simple. Today, we're going to be doing a tips and tricks for your brand new Google Pixel 10, 10 Pro, 10 Pro XL, whichever Pixel you got. We're going to be doing a little tips and tricks on this. First things to do when you get your device. So stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That way you guys don't miss out on that initial review. So first thing, I did make a list over here. So you're going to want to set up your back tap shortcut, okay? So essentially what this is when you tap on the back, you can activate a shortcut. As you can see right there, I did activate the notifications. Now, what you're going to want to do is go into settings, and then you're going to want to go into system, which is going to be down here towards the bottom, and you're going to go into gestures, and then you're going to click up top where it says quick tap to start actions, and that's going to be tapping on the back. This is turned off by default. You have several different options: take a screenshot, access your digital assistant, play or pause media, see recent apps. I have mine to show notifications. You can toggle your flashlight, or you can activate an app, and this will pretty much open up any app that you have installed on your device. So that's a fun, quick thing to do, and of course requires stronger taps. I don't have stronger taps. It all depends on if you have a case on your device. I do have a case, so you may have to tap just a little bit harder to get that to work, but it's a nice, cool feature, and it helps out a lot, especially if you want to look at your notifications really quick without having to swipe down. So going on over to the next feature is going to be double tap to turn your device off, or to turn your screen off. So as we all know, Google Pixel devices do not have the double tap like Samsung's do. You have to push the power button in order to lock your device. Well, there is an app that you could download to where you could just double tap and your device will lock, just like any other smartphone out there, Motorola, Samsung, etc. And let's go ahead and do that. So I will post a link in the description down below. And what you're going to want to download is Double Tap Screen Off Lock. Now, these are the same guys who made the dynamic island for Android. Very simple to install. You just have to install it, allow some permissions, and you don't have to buy the full version. You can if you want. All we need is just this one setting up here, which is going to be on turn screen off. And you're going to want to click on home screen. That way, when you double tap on your home screen, you can turn your device off. And if you unlock it for $2.99 weekly, $3.99 a year, or one time full $5.99, you can get it Pro and of course have all the other features. But for me, I don't need to purchase it. I just hit on home screen, and then now when I double tap on my device, I get locked my device. So that's fantastic. Fingerprint sensor works, everything else works, Face ID, and you're ready to go. So next thing you're going to want to do is your screen resolution and display settings. So more than likely when you get your Pixel 10 device, it's going to be set to the minimum resolution. So if you go into display, and if you scroll down to screen resolution, it's going to be out of the box at high resolution, which is 1080 by 2410. You could up that to max resolution, which is 1280 by 2856. So not quite 1440 like some other fancy devices, but still this is going to be set at default at high resolution. So you're going to want to activate that, turn it on, and get a better experience with your display. It's going to be sharper, it's going to be prettier, nicer, brighter. So yeah, change that setting out of the box. It is set to normal high resolution, not max. Now going on over to wallpapers, and you're always on display. So if you click on display and touch and go into always on, you're going to want to click on show lock screen wallpaper. Lock screen wallpaper is visible when always on display is on. So as you can see right there, it blurs it a little bit. You're not able to see it too much depending on how bright of a wallpaper you have. But I got bats on here and it is gray and black. You can still see it. It's blurred. It's really not that serious. Have your wallpaper on your always on display. It really won't waste too much battery. I've been using this, no issues. Of course, if you turn it off, you'll save more battery, but it's really not that big of a deal. So another one is an oldie but a goodie is going to be your animations in developer options. So if you go into your phone settings You go all the way down to about phone, scroll all the way down to build number. You're going to click this 7 times and it'll say you are a developer. So now when you go into system and you scroll down to developer options, you're going to keep on scrolling to, you're going to pass the first section, second section, and you're going to go all the way down, third section, to where it says your window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. Now all of these are set at 1 times out of the box, and what you're doing is you're speeding up the animations to where it seems like your phone is faster. It's really not going much faster, processing power or anything. It's just looking like it is. So you're going to want to change it to 0.5x on all of them. Now when you go into 0.5, everything is going to be a little bit more snappier. When you click on your apps, when you have any little transition, it's going to speed it up a little bit and look a little bit cooler. So next thing you're going to want to do is going to customize your quick toggle. So when you swipe down, as you can see right here, you could change the size of each toggle if you wanted to. You just got to click on this little pin right here. And now if you tap on it, you can minimize your toggles to make them a little bit smaller. And you can sort of mess around with this to create like a little design or whatever. And you could also remove toggles that you're not going to use. And you could add some that are down here. So say you want some of your dark theme or night light, you can move these up top and you can add them to it. There's a bunch of stuff down here. Calculator, digital car key, which is pretty cool. I haven't tried that one out, but I think I might. And you can move all of these to the top. You got TV remote as well, sound amplifier. And all of these aren't set by default, but you can move them up here. And of course, you could get rid of whatever you don't want just to make things a little bit cleaner and nicer and more customized to your liking. Next thing you're going to want to do is in your camera settings. So you're going to want to change your video resolution to 4K. So when you go into your camera and you click on video for the first time and go into this little settings over here, everything is going to be set to full HD. If you go into more, you could also mess with some stuff on there, but everything is default at full HD. You're going to want to click it to 4K, either 30 or 60 frames per second. Of course, if you swipe around to the back, of course, right here, 4K, 30, everything, like I said, is going to be at full HD when you first get your device. And you can also go into your settings and change some other stuff that you want as well, as far as your video format. So out of the box, it's going to be at HEVC, which is high efficiency. I definitely don't like using that. I always change it to H264 just because it's easier to edit, and a lot more apps are compatible with that version. If you use high efficiency mode, some video editing apps will not work well with that and you'll get some issues. You also have the option to change to AV1, which is best for saving storage space, but not compatible with all apps. So you could change that in here as well. So just throwing that in there as a little extra bonus feature. So next thing you're going to want to do is, usually it's already on out of the box, but if you want to double check it, you could double check it. And it's going to be your sensitive viewing, which is pretty much your PWM dimming. This is going to be in accessibility settings. So you go into your settings and you scroll down all the way down to accessibility, and you're going to find adjust brightness for sensitive eyes, adjust emission frequency to improve viewing experience for sensitive eyes. And like I said, this is set on out of the box, but you want to double check it and make sure that it's on for sure. That way, if you have sensitive eyes, you won't have any issues staring at your screen for long periods of time. So yeah, go into accessibility and make sure your PWM dimming is set on here. So that's pretty cool. You get 480 Hertz PWM dimming on the Pixel 10 and 10 Pros. Next thing is another cool feature. You're going to want to set up calling cards in your contacts, which is a cool thing. So if you go into your phone, so I could edit the number and I could put my own picture and font on that calling card. So when somebody calls you, you get a nice big screen of that person calling you. So you're going to want to go into settings in your phone app, and you're going to scroll all the way down to calling card. And here you are able to add a custom contact. So customize how you see your contact when they call you. So if I want to add one, let's say I just go into Quest right here, and you could take a picture. You could choose from your gallery or Google Photos. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose in my gallery, and I'm just going to, I'm just going to go ahead and choose a picture of my cat. And there you go for that. And then you could also change your fonts up top to different fonts, as you can see right there, which is actually pretty darn cool. You could also change the color of it as well to give you a lot of different options to change the color for that contact and the font. So that's really, really nice that you can customize your custom calling cards for a particular contact. So if you want to make it a little bit cuter when somebody's calling you, you get a nice display of that person or a pet or anything like that. You can customize it further on there, and then you're just going to go ahead and hit done, and that's pretty much it. So set up calling cards on your device, which is absolutely fun. So that's pretty much all I got today for tips and tricks for the Google Pixel 10 series. This is the Google Pixel 10 Pro. Of course, this will work on any other Pixels as well. So thank you guys for watching today and taking your time to join me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And I will see you next time here on Sick Eric Tech, where we like to keep tech simple. Peace.